Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
An urgent warning from Michigan's Attorney General regarding the COVID-19 vaccine, why she's worried about what could happen to many Michiganders. It is coming up in a Help Me Hank Scam Alert.
Okay, Hank, and just like that, it's over. The Wolverines' football season comes to a screeching halt. And just wait until you hear how many players are out due to COVID.
We're going to begin, though, here at 5 with one of Michigan's largest hospital systems giving out its first shots of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine. Glad you're with us at 5. Off the top today, the workers vaccinated today are the brave men and women who come in contact with COVID patients every single day they're on the job.
And they've been bravely doing it for the past 10 months now. Let's get to Sean Lay live tonight. Sean, for those workers who got the shot, this has to come as a relief.
A relief and a very big moment for them. 140 employees, Beaumont Health System, right on the front lines, dealing with COVID patients each and every day, day in and day out. They say they're exhausted. They say they are relieved, Kimberly. We spoke to many of them who said this was a deeply personal moment for them. Getting vaccinated against COVID-19
How was it? Didn't even feel it.
Is personal for Beaumont RN Saja Rayford. She's been caring for COVID patients for months. The patients' families unable to see them.
It's us. We are with the patients 24/7.
Today, she and 140 other Beaumont Frontline doctors and nurses got their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, a virus that has taken lives, ruined businesses, turned lives upside down.
I'm hopeful. I'm excited. Obviously, we're all scared. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but I feel like this is the first time we're at the end of that tunnel. We can see the lights.
Beaumont says showing their employees getting this first dose is important.
This is a safe vaccine. It's going to save lives, and it's going to allow us to get back to normal.
Beaumont's Chief Medical Officer David Wood says part of that normal may not be making the vaccine mandatory for all down the road, but there may be times you may need to show that you're protecting yourself and others.
Sooner or later, you're going to have to probably show proof that you had a vaccine to be able to go places.
These healthcare pros say they're exhausted. They've been worried about bringing COVID home. Many actually writing down why they want this vaccine.
It protects your own family, protect yourself, and it starts kind of a ripple effect across the population.
Back here live. So vaccination started on those 140 employees, much more coming ahead. And moving forward, those employees got this button here that said vaccinated against COVID-19. And that goes to the point then when this comes available to more of us guys, the general public, that we may have a card in our wallet if we choose to get the vaccine that says I am vaccinated, I am protecting myself and others to get on an airplane or some workplaces, guys. Back.
Okay, Sean, we appreciate it. Well, with the first doses going to healthcare workers, it's hospitals handling which employee gets the vaccine and when.
But what about when it's our turn to get vaccinated? Dr. Janae Caldoon hinted today at how that might be handled.
As we roll it out to the more general public, and again, I hope that can happen by the late spring, there will be more and more information coming from the local health departments. But there, ideally, eventually, by late 2021, you can go to a pharmacy, you can go to your own personal doctor, and eventually we'll have vaccines available more broadly. But for right now, it's generally through your employer.
She also says places like long-term care facilities will orchestrate vaccinating residents. Now, she says the restrictions are working, and the numbers prove that.
Governor Whitmer made that statement today at a news conference focusing on the state's fight against COVID-19, but it serves as little comfort to the thousands of Michigan service workers desperate to get back on the job. Let's get to Jason Colthorpe. He's following this story for us live tonight. Jason, good evening.
Good evening, Kim. And the governor was asked directly today, when will restaurants be reopening? And she did not answer that question, instead referring more to hoping for financial incentives to get them through. And if you judge by the rest of what she said, you certainly get the sense it will not be before Christmas, maybe even the new year. And she said while 2021 might turn out to be a great year that gets incrementally better and better and better, right now, things are still dangerous.
Yesterday, the first of our frontline heroes got the vaccine here in Michigan.
With vaccines rolling out and numbers decreasing, the state presenting a much more optimistic outlook today than in recent weeks.
Here's where we are with the three key metrics that we are tracking. Cases are at 560 cases per million people and have been trending down for the past 22 days. Trends are declining in all areas of the state. Hospitalizations are also declining.
Positive test rates are also declining, which means Michiganders avoided a boom of infections from Thanksgiving. But the governor has one more item on her Christmas list.
If you're planning to travel or gather with other households for the holidays, we are urging you to reconsider. Just don't do it this year, so we can resume doing that next year when it's safe to do so.
The governor applauded the Senate's extension of unemployment benefits through March, but she wants the legislature to pass a permanent extension. She also wants lawmakers to pass a mask mandate and an aid package for those businesses that can't yet reopen.
But right now, masking up and helping these businesses that are struggling is paramount. And we need the legislature to step up and work with me on this, and we also need Congress to get a bipartisan solution over the finish line. That's how we help these businesses that are struggling right now.
And the governor says she's ready to sign it. She just can't send a bill to herself. We, of course, called the Speaker of the House's office, Lee Chatfield. He said appropriations committees are working on this as we speak, so hopefully we'll see some action on this very soon. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
Okay, Jason, thank you. And as doses of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine make their way into the arms of the first phase of recipients, today the data the FDA will be using to potentially authorize Moderna's vaccine was made public.
83-page document from Moderna and the FDA's 54-page briefing document full of details on who received the vaccine thus far, how effective it was. Dr. Frank George has been going through that and is here with some of the highlights now. Doc?
Yeah, Kim and Devin. So the summary lays out the demographics of the over 30,000 study participants, half of which received the vaccine, the other half received placebo. The results of the Moderna trial were remarkably similar to the Pfizer results and came to the same conclusion. Their vaccine is extremely effective. Here are some of the similarities and differences between the vaccine trials. For the Moderna study, 2 doses of their mRNA vaccine were administered 28 days apart. That's different than the 21 days between doses of the Pfizer vaccine. 25% of those who enrolled in the Moderna study were over the age of 65. That's similar to the 21% in the Pfizer vaccine study who were over 65. The primary question was how effectively the Moderna vaccine could prevent symptomatic COVID-19 infection 14 days after the second dose of the vaccine. Pfizer looked at 7 days. Here are some of the characteristics of the people in the study. 79% were white and 10% were African American. 22% had one high-risk condition, like chronic lung disease, significant cardiac disease, severe obesity, liver disease, controlled HIV infection, or diabetes. 4% had 2 or more high-risk conditions. At the time data was initially submitted to the FDA, 90 people who had received the placebo developed COVID-19 compared to only 5 who received the vaccine, showing an overall efficacy of 94.5%. That was similar to the efficacy of 95% for the Pfizer vaccine. The Moderna data was further broken down by age groups and found between age 18 and 65, the vaccine was 95.6% effective, while it was 86.4% effective in people over 65. That was not statistically different. Now, from the standpoint of side effects, the most common was pain at the injection site, fever, headache, fatigue, body aches, and joint pain were also more common in the vaccine group than the placebo group, although the preliminary FDA evaluation was that there were no specific safety concerns that would prevent it from being authorized. Back to you.
Okay, Dr. McGeorge, and as the vaccine rolls out, there's a brand new tool on clickondetroit.com tracking where doses are going.
In fact, you can see it on this map. That distribution has been fairly limited, of course, but sure to change over these next days and weeks. And we've got a link to that right on the homepage of clickondetroit.com.
All right, now to today's coronavirus numbers. The state reports 4,730 new cases of COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. That's 1,000 cases higher than the 2-day average for the weekend. They were also reporting 183 new deaths, including 71 from a review of past vital records.
The state suspends a Metro Detroit restaurant's liquor license for violating coronavirus restrictions.
Andiamo in Warren had its liquor license suspended. Its owners have spoken out against restrictions because of the impact on restaurants. Andiamo's owners will attend a hearing Friday where a judge will decide on any fines or penalties and if the suspension will continue.
University of Michigan's 2020 football season is officially over. The athletic department has canceled this weekend's final game that was to take place at Iowa. The university says the number of players that would be out due to contact tracing reached more than 50 players now. The Wolverines season ends with a 2-4 record, a season unlike any other in the long history of the program. Bernie will have more on the Wolverines coming up in sports. Now, as the vaccine begins rolling out across the country, Michigan's Attorney General Dana Nessel is issuing an important alert.
Vaccine scams are running rampant, pledging everything from early access to tea claiming to cure the virus. Consumer investigator Hank Winchester has been tracking them as they pop up here. And Hank, the Attorney General, very concerned about this.
Kimberly, she certainly is, because there is a big possibility that many seniors could lose big money or also share personal information. As we know, everybody has a great interest in the vaccine, and the scammers, they know it. Since the pandemic started, it's the one thing that has happened over and over again. Scammers creating new ways to take advantage of you. Whether it was price gouging or trying to sell fake tests, unfortunately, they've been successful. And Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel wants you to be on high alert.
Now, as the vaccine for the virus is starting to be delivered around the country, bad actors again are attempting to scam consumers with false claims, products and services.
The big concern now, the COVID-19 vaccine. As it rolls out, scammers are rolling in, trying to provide fake information about what you need to do to get the vaccine.
Do not buy a treatment or a vaccine online, and always consult a medical professional, and do not respond to text messages, emails, or calls that offer you the vaccine.
You will not have to pay up or provide personal information to get the COVID-19 vaccine. If you receive an email or a text message with this information, ignore it. The Attorney General is worried that many, though, may fall for this deceptive information.
Please, before you get the vaccine, if you get offered the vaccine in any of those ways, just call your doctor and ask about it, or you can call us, the Department of Attorney General, and we can help verify whether it's a legitimate claim or not.
And in talking with local police, we know that seniors in the city of Detroit have already been targeted. People in New York and LA also receiving this information. If you receive a text message, a call, an email that just seems strange, well, you should ignore it. Never provide your personal information, and make sure that you report it to me and also to Michigan's Attorney General. The AG tracking these scams and wants to know what's happening, where, and when. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank.
Thank you for that update, Hank.
Off and running on this Tuesday. Let's check in with Ben.
Couldn't even get to 30 today, guys. It was all 20s, and the breaks in the clouds are going to be filling in as our only snow chance of the week works its way in. We'll look at that and a monster storm for the Atlantic coast coming up.
So indeed, the COVID-19 vaccine is certainly getting closer to most of us, but there's still many, many, many who say they are not sold yet, and they have a good reason why. What the state government is trying to do to get people on board with the vaccine.
A middle school basketball coach is facing some pretty serious charges for what he's accused of doing to his wife. Find out what that is coming right up.